I'd experienced loss of humans, but the loss of my dog was beyond anything I had expected.
They're special. They are a family member. They're not just a pet. They're not just a hamster, a dog or a cat. They are a member of a family.
I think it's just the time after that you can't get around your head that you're never going to see, your cat ever again, or that person I like to refer to.
It's estimated that almost half of UK households own at least one pet. From a hamster to a horse, the impact that animals have on our lives can be substantial. For some, a pet may symbolise a child, a sibling, a best friend or a long-term companion. So it's clear to say that when they pass away, it can leave a long-lasting hole in our lives. A survey by Cats Protection found that nearly 3/4 of pet owners say it can be as difficult to grieve for an animal as it is a human. Some feel it's even more painful.
It's some of the most intensive grief I've experienced in all the work I've done in bereavement. I've experienced more people with suicidal thoughts and plans when their animals have died than when partners, family members, friends have gone. And it's shocking to so many people because the expectation, they think, is that I shouldn't feel so bereft with an animal. And society, a lot of people say to them, just get another dog, get another cat, get another rabbit. Not appreciating the intensity of that relationship because of the intensity and the specialness of it. The loss, the grief, the void that's left is enormous.
Dignity Pet Crematorium was established in 1992. It's a service that offers individual cremation. It also has a garden where people can go to leave memoirs and remember their pets. For some clients, their grief can be tremendous.
Families come in all together as a family to say their farewells, and the true emotion in them, be it from a strong grown man to a mum to the children. This pet has been a part of their lives for maybe a year or even 10, 15 years. It's hard to say farewell to them, and as everyone expresses themselves differently. Some people will take a step back, some people will openly talk about how they feel, and we can just listen to them, and with the empathy and understanding that we have, is try and guide them through it. And why shouldn't our pets have that end of life send off that they deserve? They're special. They are a family member. They're not just a pet. They're not just a hamster, a dog or a cat. They are a member of a family, and in many cases they are a family member, a fur baby, that people can't have children, so they're extra special to those people, and that's harder for them to lose. After I lost the experience of losing Roxy, my first dog, I've been so lucky to have her. She was such a wonderful dog. She was like my soulmate, and when she died I cried solidly for 24 hours, just literally solidly. I'd never known so much pain, ever, in my life. I'd experienced loss of humans, but the loss of my dog was beyond anything I had expected. My experience of companion animal loss, first of all, was Roxy. She was my first dog. I had her when I finally got rid of my allergies. She was so close to me. She went through 4 bereavements with me, and she was my rock, everything. When she died, I was completely at a loss. I just didn't know anything like that pain. Freya and Jasper, my other 2 therapy dogs, or my companion animals who also worked as therapy dogs, they both died in the same year. Freya died as a result of a sudden onset of kidney failure, and that was shocking. That hit really, really hard because I hadn't expected her to go. Jasper had been ill for a couple of years, and we knew that he was on his final months, but Freya we thought would live for a lot longer, and that was so shocking, and that hurt. Still does. It was 18 months ago. I think even now it's more painful than it was when she first died. Jasper, when he went, that was kind of a release
I'd kind of anticipated that, I'd prepared for that, because he lived way longer than anyone expected with the illness he had. He was a little miracle. So every day we had with him, we knew it was a blessing. So his death was in some ways easier to manage because I knew it was coming. With Freya, God, I was devastated. Absolutely devastated.
Emma has set up a cat cafe for people to remember their pets who have passed away. The cafe is home to 4 rescue cats who were found abandoned in Romania. Emma was inspired to set up the cafe after she lost her beloved cat Louis.
I lost my cat in 2016, who I'd had for 16 years, and it was horrendous, and getting through it, I realised that not a lot of people understand it unless they've been in the same situation. I had him for years, since I was 13 years old, and he was there every day of my life. When I'd open the door, he'd be there. So losing him and it was so quick, we didn't realise that it was going to be that. We went to the vets and we thought it was going to be an allergy issue, and it turned out it was a lot more. And we had not got there in enough time for him to be saved. So that was really hard because it almost felt like I didn't have the time to almost say my goodbye. And I think it's just the time after that you can't get round your head that you're never going to see, your cat ever again, or that person I'd like to refer to. Just opening up the door and him not being there, like the first day, and then the second day and the third day, like it just took so long to get used to that. But yeah, I think you just take every day as it comes, and you start to remember all the good things, and then it makes it easier.
Why they feel that way, I've never understood. So is it their ignorance of not understanding what a dog or cat or any pet can give to you? And you do hear this quite often, that people say, it's only a pet. No. And sometimes you think, well, maybe you should have a pet to understand then what loss people go through, or pain and suffering that they go through from losing a pet.
Whatever your companion animal is, it's just a joy to have a different species in your life, and to know that you can connect across species. It keeps us in touch with our animal self. I think we forget that we're animals, and that connection with another animal species reminds us of some of the things that we've lost the capacity to do. The ability to work as a pack properly, the ability to use our instincts and our intuition properly like our animals do. I think it reminds us of our animal, and I think we need that a bit more. My students last year used to say, why can't we be a bit more dog? Why can't we live in the moment and just be joyful because we're here? And I guess that's what I'd like to say.